Hey everybody, welcome back to join us in this video. Today we bring to you the unboxing of this Logitech MX Mechanical keyboard. As you can see, a low profile mechanical keyboard include the numeric keypad. So let's check and let's begin. We present here the new MX Master line developed by Logitech, one of the best line or the elite line of products developed by Logitech, which has thought very well their devices, just to give us a pleasant experience as end users. That is why they have put so much emphasis and so much effort in developing designs that are not only aesthetically pleasing, but are also ergonomic and also generate a pleasant feeling. Because they also know, like most of us, that the only form of physical interaction we have between our computers is through our hardware, precisely through the peripherals like mouses, keyboards and webcams. It is where mainly Logitech has put a tremendous emphasis, and that is what we are going to see and check just with this keyboard, which is the MX Mechanical, which consists of two versions, the MX Mechanical that comes with the numeric keypad and the MX Mechanical Mini. Our little friend here doesn't have it easy, because as you already know, I am also a developer. I am a programmer and this is my work environment, and here we have my keyboard with which I work, a normal traditional mechanical keyboard, a TKL65%, which as you may be realizing, it's quite pleasant feeling in my hands, the sound, the response time. That is, the competition that has this MX Mechanical will not be less, it will be a very first competition. And here, in this unboxing and later in the review, we are going to tell you our most sincere description and comments about it. Now, I also have to admit that my expectations of the product are quite high, because I had been following the MX Master in the low-profile membrane keyboard version until they finally released this mechanical version. Logitech has contacted us and we are already doing collaborative work, and here they provide us with this product so that we could share with you our most sincere opinion regarding the unboxing and the review. So we have high expectation and we'll start here right now with this unboxing. We see a very beautiful presentation in terms of what's the box containing this product. We also highlight that there are many letterheads that provide very important information, such as the carbon footprint that comes both in the box and the product itself, which is a carbon neutral footprint. That is, it's a very low in carbon emissions and pollution that this product has. The carbon emissions and the pollution of this product is very low. We see that it also comes in the most important languages spoken here in America: Spanish, English and Portuguese. We also see that there are some letterheads that indicate some of the important functionalities of the keyboard, such as the proximity sensor to activate the keyboard backlight, the different levels of backlight that is the keyboard will feature, and also the connectivity options through Bluetooth and this wireless receiver, which were connected to a USB Type-A port. So we see a rather nicely presented, rather beautifully presented box, very easy and intuitive to open, and we see that on the back also indicates another functionality that also has this keyboard, which will allow connectivity via Bluetooth and also through this USB receiver developed by Logitech, which also allow the ease of being able to be connected to 3 devices at the same time. That is, we can have connected the computer, a tablet and also the phone. When we open the box, we also see that it comes with a kind of brochure that indicates or alludes to the MX Master series of the brand. Let's see what's inside. Let's remove this protective paper in which it contains the keyboard, and the first impression I get is that it's a fairly heavy equipment. In fact, it's very heavy, and here it is the time to remove the paper. We can already realize how beautiful and the presentation of the keyboard. The first impression it gives me is a very nice keyboard. It's a pretty nice graphic gray color, very heavy, and gives me a feeling in my hands of very good build quality. We see that here there is also another smaller box, but the rest of the content is mostly a thick box, just to give protection to what is the keyboard. Here there is a hole, but I assume according to what the iconography indicates that this in the space should be the receiver that allows us to connect via USB Type-A to the computer and have this link through this technology called Logibolt. We also see here that we have the manuals and policies, which we always mention in each of the unboxing videos. We always recommend reading the instructions manuals to avoid problems. For example, voltage spikes, connected in places where it doesn't belong, or connecting with ports or with products that they are not compatible. So folks, that we always been called, please read the instructions manuals and also check even what the warranty policies coverages. One of the things that we also point out is that there is a manual in there to tell us how to do the battery replacement. So in that sense, well done Logitech. It means that the battery is not soldered to the keyboard, it can be replaced, and with that we can also extend the life of our product. We have the cable that allows us to charge our product. On one end it has a USB Type-A connector, and the other end we have a USB Type-C connector. 1 meter long, quite wide. In my case it fits very well for the connection I have with the ports on the computer and directly with the keyboard. And inside the same box came this receiver, this connector that also allowed to use the Logibol technology. This should probably be the correct location where this receiver should have been presented, but it comes inside the box, so you have to be a little careful. Don't panic if it doesn't come, as it probably does come inside, but in terms of presentation, I think it might have been a better position to put that receiver in. As for the first sensations I have, it's a keyboard that doesn't sound so loud when pressing the keys, but the feeling I already have, at least with the quality of the keycaps, it's not the best. But we will see as the days go by what is the experience we have with this product. Among the things that also caught my attention is that the entire construction of the keyboard is plastic, only the top layer is aluminum. I was expecting the entire body of the keyboard to be made of metallic material, mainly aluminum. Here we see the space where the battery will be, which we can also replace. And why did I have this expectation? Because you may know that I had also both years ago another low-profile mechanical keyboard from Keychron, whose entire chassis is metallic, it's metal all over. So I had the same expectations regarding this keyboard. Here we are realizing that only the plate that separates what is the card, where the switches are inserted, would only have this aluminum plate as protection for the electronic card with the tracks of the keys. This will be this aluminum plate, but the entire body of the keyboard is plastic. We can see that we have a brown type switch, which will be soldered to the plate. I think it's one of the best options that Logitech has sent us, because we already know there are many different types of switches that generate different types of response in people. I particularly like both the brown and blue switches, but both are louder than the red switch. However, the red switch is less noisy, but the finger feel is not pleasant as these other two switches. So, in that sense, very good. When we turn on the keyboard, we see that the first thing it asks us are the links, to finally link any of the devices. But I find it strange that no part of the keyboard has turned on the backlight. They are blinking only the link keys, waiting, I assume, that to be able to link with a device, so you can activate the backlight option offered by the keyboard. This is the only explanation I could give us to why the cap lock key and the rest of the keyboard backlight is not activated, because it is probably waiting to be able to connect to a device and generate the link to activate the backlight. It is time to check the technical specification of this Logitech MX Mechanical keyboard. As for what is the design, we have a mixed construction keyboard. That is, we have a low carbon aluminum top cover with a plastic body, which will be developed with a 47% recycled plastic. Within the contents of the box we have already seen comes the keyboard itself, the Logibol receiver and the 1 meter charging cable. Logitech will be presenting this model in two editions, the MX Mechanical, which is the one we just showed you with the numeric keypad, and the MX Mechanical Mini, which will obviously be much smaller and will not bring the numeric keypad section. As for the dimensions, they have similar dimensions, both have the same height of 26.10 mm, while the change that will be presented will be in the width, with the MX Mechanical measuring 433.85 millimeters, while the MX Mini will be presented only in 312.60 millimeters. Both have the same depth of 131.55 millimeters, and another change between the two models will be the weight, where the MX Mechanical will weigh 828 grams and the MX Mechanical Mini will only weigh 612 grams. As for the dimensions of the receiver, we have a height of 6.12 millimeters, a width of 14.4 millimeters, and a depth of 18.65 millimeters, and a weight of only 1.68 grams. So folks, the idea here is that we can also be quite careful with this receiver because it's very easy to misplace. As far as what the switch options are, as you can tell, we also have variety. We have here the K-Shock V2 brand, which will be soldered directly to the board, and the format of the switches that are presented are K-Shock round low profile in blue, brown and red format. That is, there is many combinations of switches that can be presented for both models, the MX Mechanical and the MX Mechanical Mini. Different types of finger feel we can have with the blue, with the brown, with the red, which are the things that we already discussed in another videos, right? And here we have our first apprehensions within what are the technical specifications, and is that the keycaps will be built with ABS, one of the materials that we like the least for the construction of keyboard keycaps. So there we have a little apprehensions, but in the review we will tell what we think about this point. Among the sensors, it has a proximity sensor for hands and an ambient light sensor with automatic adjustment. It has a 1500 mAh lithium polymer battery, which will last 15 days with an active backlit and could last up to 10 months according to the manufacturer, having the backlit option disabled. As for what connectivity, we have a Bluetooth connectivity or through the Logitech receiver, and we also have a USB Type-C port on the body of the keyboard. On the other hand, the keyboard will also bring extra features such as Easy Switch, which allow you to connect up to 3 devices and switch between them. Logitech Flow, which allows us to sharing documents between Windows and Macs, for example. An active backlit by proximity sensor on hands, automatic hibernation, when there is no activity for a period of time it automatically shuts down or goes into a sleep state, and customization applications through the Logi Option Plus. It is compatible with Windows, Mac OS and Linux. So buddies, here we have what is the unboxing and the review of the technical specification of this spectacular keyboard. Within what we could already see in the first impressions that give us this product, at the time of being able to link the keyboard, we can already see active feedback. We also see within what we are the first impression that give us this keyboard. A solid construction, although I will have liked personally that the entire chassis of this keyboard had been developed in aluminum, as well as that is the proposal that offers keychrome. But in addition, we see that is a very nice presentation, a very good presentation in terms of different levels of backlit. It has up to 8 levels of backlit, a very good appreciation of the naked eye. So in the following days we will sharing with you our experience in the use of my work day by day in terms of programming, and the whole experience sharing with you all the positive and the negative points that we had with this product. So if you like this video, if you like this unboxing, please leave us your like, take the opportunity to share this video with other people, and leave us some comments that can also help us to continue improving our content. I'm Paco and this is Miscelabros, and I'll be waiting for you in the next video where we will continue talking about what we love and are passionate about, the technology. Take care my brothers, a huge hug, and I see you in another video. See you soon, bye bye.